What are some underrated horror movies? Also, if you're new here, hi, I'm Drew, I'm obsessed with horror and love talking about it. First up, I have Underwater. Starring Kristen Stewart, this movie takes place 7 miles underwater in a research station. And that station ends up getting hit by what is thought is an underwater earthquake. Turns out there's creatures. I think Kristen Stewart puts on a really good performance, and I think this movie does a really good job of giving you the anxiety of being trapped underwater 7 miles down. And you can find this one on Hulu. Up next, I have Overlord. Now, Overlord is about some American paratroopers that end up behind enemy lines. And that's when they find out that the Nazis are up to some sinister shit, and not their regular sinister shit. This movie is just a bloody, gory romp of a good time. And you can find Overlord on Pluto TV. Up next, I have Countdown. Now, Countdown is about a nurse who downloads an app called Countdown. And that app is supposed to tell you when you're gonna die. Only come to find out that it's actually real. When I first watched this movie, I didn't think I was gonna like it because I thought it was just gonna be another one of those like generic, weird horror movies that we get. But then, the more I got into it, I genuinely started to really like it. And while I think the third act is maybe a little thin, I do think this is actually a pretty fun movie for the most part. And you can watch Countdown on Netflix. Up next, I have Session 9. Now, Session 9 is about a group of asbestos workers that are trying to clear asbestos from a mental hospital. And that's when your typical weird mental hospital stuff starts happening. I used to watch this all the time in college. I don't know why, but I just really enjoy it, and I think it is a nice little psychological horror romp. And you can rent this on Amazon. And lastly, I have Excision. Now, Excision is about teenager Pauline. And Pauline is weird, and weird. And she is also obsessed with the thought that she is going to be a surgeon. I don't know how else to describe this movie, but weird. But it is also really funny at times, and I think it is also a very interesting movie. But AnnaLynne McCord puts on a absolutely great performance as Pauline. And you can find Excision on Tubi.